Hello, how's it going? My name is Liam, this is my hobby room. Welcome back, everybody. Today we're gonna do a little video on a P-Bandai kit. This is my P-Bandai dance that I picked up a little while ago, and it was really fun, it was very interesting. And without further ado, that kit is the high-grade Gundam Engage Zero from Mobile Suit Gundam Engage. It's a game, actually, that we don't get here, unfortunately, in North America. We don't get it. We don't get it, they didn't give it to us. Bandai? I don't ask for much. I'm a little demanding. I'm not a mobile gamer. I don't play games on my phone. I'm an aging millennial. If I was just a little younger, I think I'd probably be in that demographic. Now, even though it's a mobile game, it has these little animated shorts that come out with it. You can check them on the Google machine if you beep boop it on YouTube. It'll show up with stuff. Jesus, I sound like I'm 1,000 years old. The animation looks great, the clips look great. You know what I'm talking about? So, like I said, I'm not a mobile gamer, but if this game was in North America, I would play it on my phone. I would play it because it is Gundam related. I'm a huge chump. I'm the biggest chump for Gundam stuff. Put a V-fin on it, I'll buy it. You know, Girl Guide cookies that come around the block? I love cookies. Cookies are great. Just not a huge fan of Girl Guide cookies. I just find them kind of I just don't like them. But they come to my door, put a little V-fin on that box, I'll buy all of them. I'll buy all of them. Those kids will be walking off with a whole bunch of cash. I don't like it when children come to my door. It freaks me out. Nothing against kids. Kids are great. I just don't want them coming to my house. I don't know why. Anyways, it's weird. Let's talk about this model kit. That's why you're all here. So here we are with the Gundam Engage Zero and all the parts that it comes with, and then my super messy cutting board. So forgive that. I keep meaning to clean it, and then I don't. So whatever, it's fine, it's cool. We can just brush right past that. So first let's take a look at the mobile suit, get that out of the way. It's a very interesting design, I really do like it. Lots of curves, very unique looking. The shapes are interesting. It just, it goes together like a standard Gundam type mobile suit, but it is actually pretty, I don't know, it's pretty interesting. I just like it, it's different. But yeah, so this is supposed to be a precursor to the GP series. You can see there's some articulated back skirts. I don't really care about articulation. Just know that this is a modern HGUC kit, so it's very well articulated. It can pull off pretty much any pose. And yeah, the only thing that really struck me is kind of oh, that's kind of interesting, is that the back skirts are articulated. So the model kit comes with some optional hands. You have the splayed hands here, which are very small, but really well detailed. Let's see if we can get a good look at those. It's nice. They're unique looking. A friend of mine told me that they are the same as the Moon Gundam hands, but they're just scaled down, so that's kind of interesting. You have two generic holding fists. I shouldn't say generic because they do have a lot of detail on them. And those can be used to hold the beam sabers, which store on these little racks on the back here. So we'll just pop that off. And the kit came with two of the new beam sabers, the long ones. I shouldn't say new. By this point, they're not new. And then, sorry, I was talking about hands. Let's get back to the hands. There's another hand. It's a trigger finger, so that's kind of nice. You can just leave that on the beam rifle. There's nowhere to store the beam rifle on the kit when it's not in use, I'm pretty sure. So the beam rifle's kind of interesting. It's quite small. Everything on this kit is small except for one of the backpacks we'll talk about in a sec here. You can see the kind of design philosophy where it's RX-78 meets the stuff from Stardust Memory. So it's got the E-Pack on there. It's a little more modern looking than the RX-78-2's beam rifle. You got the camera there. There's a sticker for that. I'll show you those in a sec. But yeah, looks pretty good. Now the mobile suit also comes with a broad shield. It's pretty nice. It's very reminiscent of the GP01's shield or the Tristan. Now the back maybe leaves a little bit to be desired in the detail sense, but I filled in these little gray bits here. Those are injector pin markings, so I just put some putty in there. Also, this little bar was hollow in the back, so I filled it with some UV resin and then just cured it in like a few seconds. I like to use that stuff for quick fixes. And then you've got this mounting bracket here, which had two ball joints on it, one on the front, one on the back, so you can mount the shield on the front, or sorry, on the side of the arm or the back of the arm. I cut the one off the back. I was going to attach it with magnets, and then I just didn't, so there's that. And then we got this big old booster of a backpack. This thing is huge, really cool detail. I'm gonna have fun painting this, making the thruster bells look fun. They wiggle a bit. That's something they do, and then they can move independently. So whatever you need that for. And then this backpack here flicks up like this. I don't know why, but it's kind of interesting. It's a pretty simple looking backpack. There was a seam line all the way around it, so I closed that. All in all, there really aren't many seam lines on this kit. The only ones that I thought were that would kind of bother me are these ones left here. Might be a bit hard to see with the white plastic, but I just re-scribed those to kind of turn them into a panel line. The waist section here had a seam line. I closed that up. Other than that, there's nothing really. The head has like a seam line sort of, but it's turned into like a panel line, so it's not really a big deal. It looks pretty good. And then it came with a stand as well, which is kind of a rare thing these days. So it's a pretty simple stand, but this little adapter makes it better because otherwise the thighs kind of smack into it. So this stand is, it's kind of nice. This kit can stand on its own unless of course you're using this, so I guess that's why they included it. It's kind of weird that they just shoved it in here and they don't include stands with like anything else these days, but oh well, I'm not gonna look a gift stand in the mouth stand, you know what I mean. Okay, let's take a look at the stickers. So here is the very small sticker sheet. Well, I shouldn't say small. It is a small size sticker sheet, but there's quite a few stickers on it. You've got some red kind of marking stickers, which obviously I'm not going to use. I'll just mask and paint those. These little black stickers here are for the vents on the chest, but I actually just drilled those out. Kind of regretting that because you can see part of the mechanic on the inside, but I think once the inside of this is painted black, it really won't show. I might, don't hold me to this, put a little mesh in there, like a little metal mesh to make it kind of look like it's got some vents going on. Then you've got a bunch of cameras for the head, the eyes, the shoulders, I guess, and then for the beam rifle and the back of the head. Yeah. Yeah, then Bob's your uncle. Oh yeah, and there's this little yellow V to go on the crotch. And you know, if you've ever built a Gundam type mobile suit with that little yellow V on the crotch, it's a pain. The stickers suck, so it's always just easier to paint it. So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, really, really nice little kit. So I'm gonna start painting it and then we'll show off what it looks like. So the design philosophy of this mobile suit is supposed to be Federation and Xeon blending together. Of course, Anaheim made it. Anaheim makes all the mobile suits, all the good ones. And it's been retconned to be a precursor to the Gundam project, the GP series. So that's the GP01s at Varanthes, and the full Burnern, whatever persuasion you're from variant. The GP02 Physalis. I remember I heard someone call it a Cyphalis once, and I was like, oh, so close. That's a disease. And the GP03 Stamen. So it's been retconned to be the first one in that series. It's got a very like curvy silhouette. It's really awkwardly worded. I remember reading the Gundam wiki being like, I just should make sure I have all my facts right. And they're like, it's got curves like a woman. And I'm like, guys, don't do that. Don't be weird. I gotta say, nerds, I'm a nerd. I'm talking to other nerds. Just don't be weird. Just don't say weird stuff. Hey, don't say weird stuff. Just be a normal nerd. Be a nice nerd. Just don't be weird. I'm getting sidetracked. What was I talking about? Right, the kit. It's actually pretty nice. Putting it together, if you've built any Gundam kit before, you're like, okay, this goes here, that goes here, bing bong boom, I know how to build a Gundam kit. This one was kind of nice. It was fun. It was a little bit different. Not that the construction was different, but the pieces were different. The shapes were different. It was just an interesting one to work on. And a lot of fun to paint as well. I painted it. Spoiler alert. I'll show you that after I'm done babbling. So when I went to paint this project, it had actually been a little while since I'd painted anything. I was just kind of overwhelmed with life, and I wasn't really, hadn't been modeling. So I was like, hey, why don't I just do the thing that I like doing? So I started painting. It was a nice project. It was very fun. So the last time I used this white color, a lot of people were asking what color it was, what bottle. It's not a bottle. I mix all my own colors. I find a lot of the colors that you'll buy, they're just like not right for the look that I want. Doesn't mean they're bad. Doesn't mean they're bad. It's just not what I want. So when I do white, I prime in black. I highlight all that primer with an intermediate blue or an air superiority blue. It's one of those desaturated, even-toned blues. So I highlight it with that, and then over top of that, I highlight it with off-white. And only in very, very specific areas will I highlight the off-white with pure white. And it's just like a teeny little bit, just to give it that like gradation between the whites. Anyways, that's how I do white. So you can see me here putting stuff together. That's fun. That's nice. And then, you want to see the finished build? Because I'm going to show it to you right now. don't touch that dial. Here it is. So here is the Gundam Engage Zero before painting. And here is the Gundam Engage Zero after painting. I am really, really proud of this one. I think it turned out really good. There are a few areas that I would probably do a little bit differently, but overall, I'd say the shading worked out really well. The highlights I'm happy with. It's just such a striking mobile suit, and it's so tiny. Really, really interesting to look at. There's a lot of little cool details that are hidden away that kind of they take you a little bit to find. It didn't take me very long to put this together. I did spend a lot of time finishing the parts, but if you're just doing a straight build of this kit, it's gonna go by super fast. So I'd recommend really taking your time, exploring some hobby techniques, and really trying some stuff that pushes you a bit out of your comfort zone. And you know, that's the kind of things that'll make you a better modeler. Those are the things that, you know, that make me enjoy the hobby at least. So maybe not everyone is the same, but really working on my tones and my shades and just really having fun playing with the kits, serving the design, that kind of stuff. That's the stuff that I get into this hobby for, and that I think other people can really enjoy if they're just kind of shown the right ways, the right tools, and you know, give themselves the right expectations and set themselves up for success, which is kind of what I try to do on this channel, giving people, you know, tips and tutorials and stuff on how they can achieve results that they are happy with their Gunpla. Here is the Engage Zero on its included stand. Really nice that it came with a stand. I know not a lot of kits do that anymore, so it was just kind of a nice feature to note. I shortened one of those beam sabers because I thought the long one was a bit too long for the kit, but I still wanted the design of it just a little bit shorter. So I think that was pretty cool. I like that idea. Now, this kit can pull off quite a few interesting poses, but there is some restriction in the waist area and where the upper thigh meets the waist, the side skirts and the front skirts. That takes some navigating, some careful navigating, especially after you've painted the kit, so you might want to be careful there. But overall, you know, basic poses are no problem, and it looks pretty good in pretty much any pose you'll put it in. Now, I really do like the shield that this kit came with. It kind of reminds me of the Tristan. It's in that same vein. It's got a lot of similar design aesthetics to the GP series. Obviously, it is technically supposed to be the first GP mobile suit. I think it's like retcon kind of is the first one. Yeah. Look at that thing. Look at his legs and its little feet. Those were fun. The back of the shield I painted in gray and then just snapped it in. Well, it's one piece. The front of the piece I painted blue. The back I painted gray. And it's mostly okay. I think the shield is a bit ugly looking from the back, but from the front, the design is great. I think is really, really nice. I love the really small beam rifle that it comes with. At first I thought, oh, this is really tiny, it's gonna look super weird, but the whole mobile suit is really tiny, and when you put all the accessories on, everything's sized pretty perfectly, everything works out, the proportions are fine. It just at first felt a little odd, and seeing it kind of stand up next to my other model kits, it really does have its own kind of unique shelf presence, so working on it and getting to see it with all of my other stuff was a really nice little treat. The hands are really nice. They're very small. They're very well detailed. I really liked those. And yeah, I think the beam rifle is a nice accessory, a nice addition. I hope I painted it okay. There's a few areas where I think it looks a little sloppy, but in hindsight, yeah, I could go back and fix it, but am I gonna? Probably not, if we're being honest. Now there's one more really cool accessory I want to show off, and it's a big one, literally, so let's check that out. And here is the Gundam Engage Zero with the long-range booster attached. This thing is huge, real big backpack. Fun to paint though, a lot of big broad surfaces to paint. Yeah, look at those thrusters, very fun. I enjoyed that. I don't think I'm gonna display it this way, even though I know it does have a lot of character. It just also takes up a lot of shelf space, and I don't know if I can fit it on there, fit it in there with all my other stuff. But it's a cool piece. Yeah, again, not sure if I'm gonna do that. But I like that it was included. I think more kits should come with just stuff. I don't mind that it bumps the price up a little bit. I enjoy finding like a cool loadout of accessories to put on the kit and just like leave it that way, and then you can change it up. Now, I really love this mobile suit. Look at that face. There's so much character to it. Love the Vulcans on the head there, the camera sensors, the eyes, the little chin, the cameras on the shoulders. It's just such a cool design. This is quickly becoming actually one of my favorite mobile suits just based on its uniqueness alone. So that's gonna do it. If you want a cool gunpla kit, you want some P-Bandai, you want other modeling kits or model supplies, or what did I say, modeling kits? Yeah, sure, whatever. We got hobby supplies. We have hobby kits. We have all kinds of stuff at BC Hobbies. You can check us out at bchobbies.com, and you know, we ship Canada-wide. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope to be with you again very soon, but until then, take care of one another, take care of yourselves, and give your moms a hug. And I'll see you guys next time on Liam's Hobby Room.